Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to a special episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors. As you can see, the beer I have today, Iceberg Beer. And as you can tell, I'm not in my regular location in my bar. Today I'm actually on my deck in beautiful Pouch Cove, Newfoundland. We have 3 icebergs in the background. I'll actually pan out later on just to give you an idea. And as I said, the beer is Iceberg Beer. Kitty Vitty Brewery, 4.5% alcohol. And it's local beer from here in St. John's, Newfoundland. This is actually the same brewery as the Day Boil, which I did a couple weeks ago. So if you remember that one, it's the same brewery. As I said, they're pretty active in the community. They have what they call a Day Boil on Saturday afternoons, basic music and beer. Friday nights they have a kitchen party, basically once again, music and beer. So they're pretty active. And I said in the Day Boil video, it was started by 2 engineers, I think around 1996. And this is one of those beers, I've had it before, but honestly I haven't had it in a bottle in a long while. I've had it on draft, so I know I like it, but with the icebergs being around, I figured it'd be a good time. So there you go. It's a nice golden color. A little bit of head, not a lot. Not bad. It's typical beer aroma. To be totally honest, I'm trying to remember if this is an ale or a lager. Looking at it, I'm thinking lager, but for some reason, I believe it's an ale. I'll try to find that out for sure. It actually looks like a lager. It's got a good taste to it. I know I like it. But to be totally honest, as I said, I haven't had the bottle stuff in a while. But I had the stuff on tap. Actually, anybody that's following me, you know I bought a kegerator later a while back. And actually the first keg I bought was actually Iceberg. And although this is good, I have to say the tap is a lot better. And that's normally the case, but I find more so than this one. And part of that might be actually, as you can see, the bottle is pretty cool. It's a blue bottle. Which, you know, it looks pretty, it's unique and everything else. But brown bottles are actually the best for preventing beer from going skunky. So you're taking a chance with a light or a clear bottle, a blue bottle. Now I know Miller, they use a clear bottle, but they have something they do, I'm not sure if it's an additive or not, to actually prevent the beer from going skunky. I'm not sure if Kitty Vitty does the same with Iceberg, but it's a really unique bottle. And this beer is actually, it costs a little bit more than regular beer, but like you know, you read from the bottle, made with 20,000-year-old iceberg water. So it's a pretty unique beer. So there you go, folks. That's the Iceberg beer from St. John's, Newfoundland. A beautiful spring day, or as we call it in Newfoundland, iceberg season. It's actually Friday, May 24th weekend, so I hope everybody has a good weekend. Remember, drive safe. If you're going to have a few beverages, park the car. So what am I going to give this? My ratings again, 1 is, I'm not going to finish it. 2 is, I'm not a fan, but I'll finish it. A 3 is a good beer. A 4 is a very good beer. And a 5 is, oh my God, best beer I've ever had. So for this one, the Iceberg, what am I going to give it? It's a really easy drinking beer. That's what I really like about it. As you can see, a couple sips, I'm not a quick drinker. I think I'm really comfortable giving this one a 4.0. And to be totally honest, on tap, it's a 4.5. It's one of the best beers I've ever had on tap. On the bottle, I always found the bottle is not quite, a bottle or can is not always as good as a tap. So here you go, folks. That's my rating, 4.0 for Iceberg Beer. As always, until next beer, enjoy responsibly. Before I go, I'm actually just going to bring the camera a little bit closer. I'm going to pan around so you can have a view of what I look at every day, and especially during iceberg seasons. As I said, folks, this is the view from my deck. This is beautiful Pouch Cove, Newfoundland. I'm actually going to take it off the tripod, folks, so just bear with me for a minute. I can just kind of give you a better view. There you go, folks. We got 2 icebergs there. In the town of Pouch Cove. Small community, about 2,000 people or so. 20 minutes from St. John's. Just going to zoom in on the icebergs. There you go. And so that's the 2 that I showed initially, and we have a 3rd one. You have to bear with me, folks, because I got this handheld. So another iceberg, so that's a fairly big one. It's not the hugest around here by any means, but probably the biggest one we've seen here. And this is actually, it's been grounded now, I'd say for about a week. And when it grounds itself, it actually starts to break up. So that's being broken up quite a bit in the last week or so. As it breaks up, obviously it gets a bit smaller. So with that being said, it tends to move. A couple days ago, that was further out. And actually just yesterday, this one here was right around here, and that one was actually farther out. So they do quite a bit of moving. So folks, I'm just gonna do one more quick pan, and then I'm gonna call it quits and finish my beer. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As I said, it's the start of the May 24 weekend, so hope everybody has a good weekend. Cheers.